Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, I wanted to do this audio for you guys out there who still think that your looks are more important than your game. You think your looks are more important than, the skill and the strategy that, you should be doing in order to attract women. Because it's more about your game than your looks. Your looks are like, the secondary thing. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand that women think differently than you. See, what's happening is that when you're dealing with girls, you're thinking from it or looking at it from a perspective of a man. You say, I see a hot chick. She's hot. I want her because she's hot. So you assume that a woman is thinking the same way, meaning that she's going to want you because you look good. You understand? But what you got to understand is why you want a chick that looks a certain way and why women want what they want. You understand? See, when it comes to women, you got to understand this is that women essentially want you because of how you make her feel or what you can provide. We'll just call all that resources. You understand? It can be resources financially. It could be resources of you providing protection. It could be resources of you providing her game to upgrade her mind. This is what women want. Right? So when you think about that, you have a guy who, knows how to talk and knows how to, discuss certain things and have a girl thinking and really challenging her and, having her thinking on a whole nother level. And she's feeling him because he brings her a whole nother perspective. You understand? So she's feeling him on that level. Then you have a guy who, let's say, who's physically like big or strong. Not necessarily he's a good looking guy, but he's let's say like a bouncer type of dude, or, he's a little bit husky. There's a lot of women who like those guys because those guys, to them, it's like protection. Like, oh, he's going to protect me from, other things. Right? Then you have women who will want a guy because he has a lot of money. And a lot of times it's not necessarily just because he has a lot of money. Like, she wants to go out and, spend a lot of money and pop bottles at the club and all this other stupid shit. It's more so that the money, it dictates to her, survival. Like, this guy has enough funds to take care of me. And if we have a kid, he could take care of me and the kid. You understand? So there's all these other aspects of why the woman wants you, right? And it has to do with what you can technically do for her. And not even saying it in a way where, it's just like, oh, what could you do for me? Or what have you done for me lately type of vibe. But it has more, to do with what are you providing for this woman? Now, when we think about that concept, think about this, the money's providing the financial security for survival. The man who's a big dude can provide protection. And the guy who's spitting that game can provide, a different perspective, a different sense of feeling a certain way because he's upgrading her. Now, think of all those things, and then now think of your looks. What is your looks doing for her? I'll give you a second to think about that. Seriously, like, what is your looks doing for her? Think about that, for real, for real. What is you being good looking doing for her? Nothing. Nothing. Now, I'm not saying that women are totally ignoring a guy if he's good looking. A woman might see a guy, he's like, okay, he's good looking, but that is not enough for her to want to be with him, because again, it's about her feeling a certain way. If he's speaking to her in a certain way, it's going to make her feel a certain emotion. If he could, if he has money or finances or, provides protection, that makes her feel safe. It makes her, what I'm saying? It's the feeling. You being cute or you being good looking is not enough. So don't get fooled by that shit. You understand? And the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of guys, they, they stifle themselves. They get, scared to talk to women. They don't talk to women because they think, well, I'm not good looking enough. I can't get her because she's hot, because, she's really hot and I'm not that good looking. So they're relying all of this nonsense on their looks. You understand? And you got to understand that women they're not thinking about it like you. They are not thinking about it like you. You understand? Like, guys, we're into the looks because, we need for a chick to look a certain way because, naturally we want to spread our seed, and we want to spread our seed to the most vibrant. The chick has to have a certain, the hips make you want her because it's good for child rearing. You understand what I'm saying? These are just natural things which is why you want her to look good. You want her to look a certain way. The woman, it's not the same thing, which is why you can always find a dude who's not the best looking dude with a chick. And it's not always just about money, because you might be saying, oh, well, it's because he's rich and he has money, and that's why he can get a hot chick even though he's not good looking. But it's like, no, again, there are other aspects. He could be providing her with that game, with that upgrade, all of that shit. You understand? So, I just want you guys to just really, really understand this concept. Like, don't, think that just because you're not some good-looking dude or the best-looking dude, that women are not going to be attracted to you. Your game is more important than your looks. Now, this does not mean go around looking like a slob with stains on your shirt and your hair not cut and all this other stuff. Look your best, look presentable, but don't think that all you need to do is rely on your looks. There's a lot of good-looking guys, that I coach, and, people will be surprised that these guys have issues with women, because they're like, everybody thinks, oh, because he's so good-looking, it'll be easy for him to get girls. And then the girls look at him, and then if he talks to them and he ain't saying shit, it's done. And then this average-looking dude comes through and spit that hot fire, and then she's all over him. And you're like, what? But that's how it goes. All right? So that is it, guys. If you need any more help with women, make sure you go to my site, MrLocario.com, get my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Also get my DVDs, my audios, and make sure you join the membership program. Become a Mr. Locario member, where you get 45 to 90-minute audios every month. All right? So that is it. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.